Welcome to another episode of Cosmic Comics. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Squadron Sinister's third appearance as a team in Giant-Sized Defenders Volume 1, Issue 4. By this point, Nighthawk is a fully entrenched member of the Defenders. When he's not saving the world as Nighthawk, pretty boy millionaire Kyle Richmond keeps up an appearance of a debonair socialite of the upper class. Tonight, Kyle is accompanied by Trish Starr, when unexpectedly a bomb goes off as he starts the ignition. Kyle is shaken from the accident, but otherwise uninjured. Trish, on the other hand, is going to have to lose most of one arm. Kyle and the Defenders assume that Kyle was the target of the bombing. With that assumption in mind, they deduce that Squadron Supreme must have caused the accident because they are the only ones outside of the Defenders and Daredevil who know that Kyle Richmond is Nighthawk. While still in the hospital, Trish Starr is visited by Hank Pym, who is wearing the Yellow Jacket costume. These two assume that Trish is the target of the bomb because she refused to loan Egghead any more money because she knew he would use it to build evil machines. Once Yellow Jacket confronts Egghead, he admits to his crime, stating that he never meant to kill her, only maim her. He wanted her to suffer as he'd suffered by destroying her beauty, her career, her fortune, and her prestige. Yellow Jacket returns to the hospital where he tells Nighthawk who the real villain is. In the meantime, the Defenders have already left to check in on Squadron Sinister. Fun side note in this panel as we learn that Nebulon chose to stay in Zar with his own people, the Birdites, instead of hanging out with the Squadron Sinister. All the same, Nebulon is still aiding Squadron Sinister, as he is the one who sent them a gun made of alien technologies that should be capable of taking out the Defenders. Hyperion points out how they need to use surprise to their advantage since nobody knows that they are even alive right now. It's a really well done humorous moment as right after that the Hulk burst in, surprising Squadron Sinister. They haven't been back on Earth even a full hour yet. Dr. Spectrum's new gun allows him to absorb the Hulk's energy, which turns him back into puny Bruce Banner. Each of the Defenders falls before the Squadron, all save for one new member referred to as Bird Nose by the Hulk. This next scene is fabulously dark. Bruce chained up, Doctor Strange with the frightening mouthpiece that looks like it belongs in a Saw movie, and Valkyrie with hands and feet bound in some form of block. These guys look really put out here. Fortunately, Doctor Strange can still astral project. He catches up with the Yellow Jacket, who arrived late to the party. Yellow Jacket follows Doctor Strange to their location and commences to setting our heroes free. Squadron Sinister has brought the fight to the last person on their hit list and decides to attack Kyle Richmond while he's in the hospital. Yellow Jacket takes out the wizard, but Dr. Spectrum is dispatched of Doctor Strange. Hulk and Hyperion are going head to head when Hulk decides to attack Hyperion with sound by clapping his hands together. Hyperion is temporarily deafened by the clap and goes reeling backward over the wall just behind him. The shockwave burst many a window, and also one prism. Oh yes, the power prism just got shattered for a second time. Dr. Spectrum lands on top of a collapsed Hyperion. The story ends with our villains in a pile. As for Trish Starr, she's changed since the accident and needs to find somebody more willing to commit. She gives Kyle his one chance by suggesting he ask her to marry him, but Kyle, who is worried about anybody close to him getting hurt due to his alter ego, can't bring himself to put her in that position. The relationship hits a stalemate, and both walk their separate ways. Okay, this issue, the big things of note outside of Nighthawk's personal life are the reappearance of Squadron Sinister as a group working together of their own accord. Nobody such as Nebulon or the Grandmaster forced these guys to get back together. Also, the power gem is shattered. Note that the person with the power gem right now is Reverend Billy Roberts, and he'll attempt to reclaim it when we catch up with the members of the Squadron Sinister again. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Cosmic Comics. Feel free to hit any of the buttons below. I am out.